Welcome to Chat and Dish. I'm Casey Quiretti, and today we are off to the Lorraine region of France, way up there in the northeast corner next to Germany, looking for inspiration on a quiche Lorraine. Now, the word quiche comes from a German word Kuchen, meaning cake, and that's because way back in the 16th century, quiches had a bread dough base. Now, they were still filled with beaten egg, very heavy cream, and strips of salted, smoky pork belly that the Lorraine region is famous for. But today, we're going to modernize this very rich dish. We're going to lighten it and we're going to make it a lot healthier, but guess what? We're not going to miss one bit of flavor. Let's get going. Let's do a real quick rundown on the ingredients. Naturally, we need a pie crust. Then for the quiche itself, it's non-fat Greek yogurt, 4 eggs, a cup of grated Gruyere or Swiss cheese, a little bit of milk, a little bit of spinach, a few slices of prosciutto, or very thinly sliced ham. Now for our spices, we've got salt, pepper, a little bit of onion powder, garlic powder, and a smidge of nutmeg. We're going to top off the quiche with a little grating of Parmesan cheese. That's it. We start off our quiche by blind baking a pie shell. Now, let's get real here. Nobody has enough time to bake their own pie shells 100% of the time. So, pop on over to your local market. You can buy 2 in a package that are all ready to go like this, or you can buy the ones that are rolled up. All you have to do is bring them home, roll them out, and pop them into your pie shell. Now, once you've done that, you need to take a fork and make lots of little holes inside. That way, the air that is underneath that can rise and go through in your pie shell will stay in the bottom of the pan where it's supposed to. Pop that into the freezer for about 10 minutes. You want it really, really cold before it goes in the oven. Otherwise, the sides of your pie crust will shrink down. When that's done, simply fill it with aluminum foil, then fill pie beans in there or any kind of dried bean to hold it down into a preheated 400-degree oven for 10 minutes. That's blind baking. Very thinly slice your prosciutto or ham. All right, pop these into a big mixing bowl. Just separate them as you drop them in. Finally, chop about a half a cup of spinach. I put this in the microwave for 2 minutes to steam it. Then I just set it off to drain, get all the extra liquid out. If you've got frozen spinach, all you have to do is thaw it out, squeeze the liquid out, and then you're ready to pop it in with your prosciutto. Spinach goes in with your ham or prosciutto, then just give it a little mix together. 4 eggs, just pop them into a bowl and then take a whisk and beat them up. Now's the perfect time to add your onion and garlic powder along with your salt, and I use white pepper in this and then just a smidge of nutmeg. Beat your spices into your eggs. Combine your eggs with your prosciutto and spinach. Add your non-fat Greek yogurt. We have a cup and a half. Add your grated cheese. Combine these well. Now, the reason that I always finely chop the spinach is because when my kids were really little, they didn't want to eat anything green. So I would simply tell them that the spinach was fresh herbs. And you know what? They believed me. Now that our yogurt is well mixed in, we're going to add just a tablespoon of milk. Sometimes the Greek yogurt can be so thick that it makes your quiche a little bit heavy. That's why I had you add a tablespoon of milk. You want it to be thick, but not too dense. Here we have our blind baked pie shell. And remember, if you use a ready-to-bake pie shell or you buy the crust that you just roll out, my goodness, your prep time on this dish is less than 10 minutes. Now it's time to pour our quiche filling into our blind baked pie shell. Sprinkle with fresh grated Parmesan. Now it's into a preheated 400-degree oven for right about 30 minutes. Here we go, modern quiche Lorraine hot out of the oven and ready to be served. And guess what? I got busy, did not check it when I should have because my crust got too dark. All I needed to do was put a little aluminum foil around the edge and that wouldn't have happened. Here we go, quiche Lorraine, the modern American way. You know, it's a tiny bit on the salty side. I wish I had actually tasted the prosciutto before I mixed it into my quiche batter because I would have eliminated the salt completely. I'm so excited I found a killer panini over at Family Food Finds. Caramelized onion barbecue panini. How fabulous is that? It tastes as great as it looks. Don't miss out on a phenomenal panini over at Family Food Finds. I adore old movies, love Katharine Hepburn, and guess what I found over at Tickling Palates? Katharine Hepburn brownies. I made them. You should make a double batch. Do not miss out on an old film star and a phenomenal brownie over at Tickling Palates. Okay, it happens to the best of us. The crust was a little dark, the quiche is a little salty, but gives me an excuse for an extra sip of wine. Anyway, I hope you come back, and in the meantime, I'm gonna miss you.